It is Thursday, May 20th. We are here with your weekly update as we are nearing the end of the school year with just over 3 weeks left to go. I am Jeanette Johnson, the director and principal here at McFatterTech Technical College and Technical High School. And with me, of course, the assistant director who supervises the high school, Mr. Darryl.Harris.
Good morning.
And our magnet coordinator, Miss Lily DeCastro.
Hello.
Are we all ready and excited about June 9th for the students? June 10th is the teacher planning day to wrap this year up. Hard to believe that it is upon us. Actually, it's just under 3 weeks left. It was the last day for students is 3 weeks from yesterday.
Wow.
So, I know, I can't believe it. So.
And a lot to do to get through those 3 weeks.
And so let's start there. And of course, if it's April, May, or June, there must be testing going on. So we'll start with testing. And for that, I'll turn it over to Ms. DeCastro.
Oh, thank you so much.
Your favorite thing.
So this week, we had a lot of AP exams. And actually today, there are 3 happening. As we speak, they are logging into their computers for AP Government and World History. That test begins at noon. So for those of you who catch us on the replay, which is everybody, right? We're recording this just before 11:30. So today we will have those. Students are logging into all AP tests from home when they're digital. Any paper-based tests like tomorrow's AP Spanish is face-to-face and the students will be here by 7:30 in the morning. There are some computer-based components which we provide the computers for those, but that test is tomorrow, paper-based, on campus, AP Spanish Language and Culture. All the students know to be here by 7:30. It starts promptly at 8, but we need to do some setup to get there for 8 o'clock. Next week, we shift directions while finishing up AP. We are also doing EOC testing, and like the FSA and of course exam. So the EOCs are on campus, in classrooms, face-to-face, paper-based, computer-based. There's a written component that they take notes on, but it is a computerized test. We provide the computers for those as well. And the algebra and geometry test are 2 days. So the students come on day 1 to take the first part and day 2 to take the second part. The reason we have to do that in 2 days is it takes a little bit longer and it would overtax a student. They can't squeeze both into 1 day. So algebra and geometry are on Monday and Tuesday, and same student who comes on Monday comes on Tuesday. Biology, the EOC biology test is on Wednesday the 26th, and that's a 1-day test. They come in the morning. It takes them about a half a school day to do that. And then on the 27th is the U.S. history exam. If you saw an old schedule, it was not in that order. We had to change it because of the AP English test for the juniors. So EOC, U.S. history is on the 27th. Biology is on the 26th. Algebra and geometry are on the 24th and 25th.
And I think you mentioned that, I think I heard you mention that biology is a half day, but I'm not sure if I heard about the other tests, whether they are should the students plan on being here the whole day, a half day? What should they expect?
They're all about a half a day. It's just that the algebra and geometry are 2 half-day tests, so we have to do it 2 days in a row. Okay.
All right. So, and that's it for the EOC testing then, right?
That is it for the EOC, but we continue with AP testing to remind parents, if a student is taking an AP test and they're missing class because of it, once we see them logged into and having completed the test, we will have those absences excused for the test time. And we don't get that information live, so they might still get a phone call. It'll be like the next day or so, we'll get that updated. But if they miss class in the morning and the test is in the afternoon, the parent does need to call them out for first period if they did not come to first. The AP test, a noon test, does impact second, third, and fourth period, but it does not impact first period. And it's possible they're going to have a long day of testing that they did not go to first period. We would just need a parent to excuse a first period absence in that case.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So because EOC testing, AP testing, and of course, just wrapping up academically the year, because that's all still in full swing, we are also still continuing with our Spring Academy work. And so for that information, I turn it over to Mr. Harris.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Originally, the Spring Academy was supposed to end this Friday. And just in case you don't know, but just as a reminder, the Spring Academy was an opportunity for our students to get additional support in classes that they may be having some challenges in, to make up any assignments, to get prep for these exams that some of them are taking now. But as we know, the exams go through June 3rd, and that's the last, I believe, it's AP Psychology exam on that date. So what we were able to do is get the date extended for our Spring Academy, which was supposed to end, as I mentioned, on the 21st, but now it's going to extend through June the 3rd to give additional opportunities for our students to get support that they may need, preparation for AP exams, or just in any class in general. So please take advantage of that. All of the teachers and counselors are notified of the extension of the time frame, so they will be available if you need any support or help. So please take advantage of that.
Perfect. Now, when Mr. Castro was talking about EOC's end of course exams, you'll notice she only mentioned 4 subjects. That's because EOCs are state created standardized tests, not to be confused with our class final exams. In some cases, the EOC may take the place of the final exam, but students have final exams in all of their classes. It's just the state standardizes an EOC in only 4 subjects. So we also wanted to mention the final exam schedule, and it is different for our seniors who take their exams sooner than it is for our juniors, our freshmen through juniors. So with the information regarding our senior exam schedule, I also again turn back to Mr. Harris.
Okay, thank you. And so that is coming up very soon. And when I say soon, I mean next week. So our senior exams, they will take place May the 25th through the 28th. And those will be full days for our students. And just in case the seniors are wondering, and they've experienced this for all the years they've been here at McFatter, sometimes they have first period a certain day, but fourth period exam will be first. That will be on the 25th. The third period will be on the 26th, second on the 27th, and first period on the 28th. And just another reminder, all these dates will be posted on our website. So in case you forget, or you just need a reminder for parents and their students, all of our exam schedules for our seniors as well as the underclassmen will be posted on our website. So in addition to those exam dates for May the 25th through the 28th for our seniors, also there will be additional school days. Their actual last day of school is on June the 4th. So I know it takes place after the exams, but June 1st through the 4th are regular school days for the seniors, and those will be full days, and we will have activities for the students to do for the entire day. So from 9:15 to 4:10 p.m., several things, including graduation assemblies and other things, will take place during that time frame. So please be reminded that your last day of actual class work or class is June the 4th. So that will be posted. Need to make sure everyone's aware of that.
Perfect. And so I also want to reiterate, you said that both their exams, which are next week, the 25th through the 28th, and then their last days of classes, June 1st through the 4th, which is the following week, the Tuesday through Friday. We're off school that Monday for Memorial Day. Every single one of those is a full day. Students do not get out of school early any day. And if you're wondering why are exams done and then there are still classes, it has to do with the amount of hours that students have to have instructionally for every course for them to be able to earn a full credit. We go ahead and give the exams because it gives the teachers time to get those graded and get those grades in so that we can calculate and make sure everyone has met their criteria for graduation. But we need to make sure that they get enough hours in that they're able to get the credit for the course. And that's why they're full days and why they even extend after exams. Okay.
Yes.
Now, not every student has to take exams. We have something called exam exemptions, also for seniors and for underclassmen. And to explain that timeline, that process, I turn it over to Mr. Castro.
All right, so seniors should have their exam exemption requests into their teachers by today. If you haven't done it, it should be in. I believe tomorrow is the actual deadline, but let's give the teachers a chance to process those. In the past, there was a form that had to be completed by parents. All of the students were emailed, if we have an email on file that works for the seniors, but all students had an email sent to them for the exam exemption process. They can pick up to 50% of their schedule, cannot be their tech class. It can be an AP course that they can exempt. They do not exempt any grade. They do not exempt EOC exams because there is no exam. The EOC is the final exam. They don't actually take a test. So it's actually a win if you have EOCs because you can still exempt up to 2 classes. So seniors need to get those requests in today, tomorrow at the latest, so that the teachers can let us know who's exempting. And then next week on the 25th, I'll be sending out the exam exemption process to 9th, 10th, and 11th graders, and they have to have that back to the teachers by the end of next week. So don't miss the opportunity to exempt an exam. If you wish to exempt it, parents, if you do not want your child to exempt the exams, please let your student know. Email the counselor, let the teachers know, because of the virtual environment and the fact that we don't have the paper forms going back and forth. It's a little bit different, but historically the parent would have signed off. And in this case, they're opting out if they wish for them to exempt. And I think probably in the last 10 years, I may have had 2 or 3 cases where the parent did not want the exams exempted. It doesn't hurt them to take the test most of the time, but it's nice if you've worked really hard to get a reward and not have to take a bonus test as well. So.
And then if they exam exempt, do they come to school that day, either remotely if they're a remote student or if they are a face-to-face student, or do they stay home?
They would stay home for the, okay, so seniors have school all day, so they would not attend that period of time that the exam is taking place. But if you're taking 4 classes that day and you're only exempting 1, you're going to be sitting in that room probably. For the virtual students, they don't need to log in. We'll have a spreadsheet that shows that they were excused for that time as an exam exemption. For underclass exams, they will only take a test on that day. So on June 4th, they take 1 exam, June 7th, the next, June 8th, the 3rd, and June 9th, which is a longer day, it goes till 2:15. I think Mr. Harris is going to talk about this shortly. But that day, they will take their 4th exam. So they would only have the 1 test. So we would know they're not coming in. Any absences need to be reported to the attendance email, attendance line through our website, or call 754-321-5702. But if we have an approved exemption, we will authorize that already.
Perfect. And you did make a reference quickly to the underclass exam schedule. So I wanted to, and you mentioned, Mr. Harris, if you would go over that, and those days are different than the exam days for seniors. So it's important that people understand the difference depending on whether you're a senior or an underclassman. Mr. Harris?
You're on mute.
Oh, you're on mute.
I'm just going to reiterate a couple of things that Mr. Castro mentioned. June 4th, 7th, 8th, and the 9th are the dates for underclassmen exams. June 4th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And like I said, we'll go in the same order, periods 4, 3, 2, and 1. She also mentioned that the 9th is a little bit of a longer day. That means that the students will leave at 2:15. But the other 3 days, it's from 9:15 a.m. until 12:15. So they're short days. It's a 3-hour a day for the students. So when she mentioned a little shorter, yes, it's shorter by 2 hours for those first 3 days for our underclassmen exams. So we'll also, like I said, this will be posted on our website. Just as a reminder to everyone, but students have a little bit more time to prepare. But Ms. Johnson, she's correct. We want to at least give you a heads up now so you can start thinking about those dates, because there may be transportation, other things that parents need to work out as far as their students, as far as early release, depending if they drop the students off or not. But we'll have transportation for those regular students that catch the bus.
Okay, and then speaking of heads up, there are 3 remaining things that I just want to mention really briefly. We'll talk more about these things in next Thursday's message, but we did want to give people a heads up about them so they just kind of have that in your minds for now. First of all, related to graduation, this is actually really more a reminder than a heads up. We wanted to remind all of our graduating seniors that in addition to the student attending graduation, there will only be 2 tickets per graduate available, and that's so that we can maintain physical distancing within the facility. So we've had people contacting us asking, how can I get extra tickets? We don't expect extra tickets to be available much, if at all. And if there are any, we won't know until the week of graduation. So we really need families to plan on just the 2 tickets per graduate, and any extra would be an unexpected bonus. And again, we'll talk a little bit more about that next week. We also wanted to make sure it was on your radar that since we are wrapping up the year, there will be textbook collection and laptop collection from all of our students. Last year, underclassmen were allowed to keep laptops over the summer because we knew we'd be starting the school year out remotely. That is not the case this year. So this year we'll be collecting at the end of the year from all of our students, 9 through 12, both their textbooks and laptops or other devices. We have some students who, because of their textbook, because of their tech program, may have even gotten a desktop computer, for example. That's not happening next week, so we're not going to go into the details yet, but we did at least want it on your radar that for our seniors, that collection will take place the week of June 1st, and for our underclassmen, it'll take place the week of June 7th. And again, we'll give you the exact dates and times next week, but we wanted it on your radar. And then the last thing I know I wanted to mention was just yesterday, we got confirmation of the 2nd vaccination date for our students and family members who came earlier when we did the on-campus vaccination for students 16 and older. That was the Pfizer vaccine. So the 2nd date for that is the follow-up date is June 1st. Technically 3 weeks exactly after the first shot is May 31st, but that's Memorial Day. So they're doing it the very next day. So Tuesday, June 1st, the Department of Health will be back on our campus, again in the ARC, again from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. to administer 2nd vaccination shots for anyone who came the first time for the first shot. They are also making available a first shot for anyone who is eligible. And since we did our first, since that time, they have now cleared students 12 and older. So any of our students or their family members who are 12 or over who would like to get the vaccine may come on that day, June 1st, to get the first shot if they didn't get the first shot already. You just need to be prepared. You'll need to get the 2nd shot at a community location because they won't be coming back to campus a 3rd time after the June 1st shots. But you can come and get the first shot, again, for anyone 12 or older. If they're 12, ages 12 through 17, they need to be accompanied by a parent. If they're 18 or older, they can come on their own. Okay. Did we have anything else we wanted to mention?
That's it.
Okay, well then we will wrap this up for today. Again, I cannot believe that the end of the year is basically upon us. When we are back next week, it will be May 27th, our final recording of May. So we will see you then. We hope all of our students are hanging in there. We know it's been a challenging year. We hope you're finishing strong, wrapping up your coursework, wrapping up your exams, so that you can get to an enjoyable, pleasant summer. With that, we will sign off. We will see you next Thursday, the 27th. Mr. Harris, Mr. Castro, goodbye to you too.
Take care.
Have a great day and a great week. We'll see you here next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.